All right, let's talk Alabama recruiting. A big weekend in Tuscaloosa because it was A-Day. I don't know if that means it was a spring. I'm not sure what happened in Tuscaloosa, but it's still called A-Day. And you dropped a big prediction. Actually, a duo of predictions. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I think Alabama continues to trend for two of the most coveted prospects in the state. The number two running back in the country is Xavier Crowell, the number three wide receiver in the land, Sedarian Morgan. Both had really good visits. Xavier Crowell talked about how he likes how they run the ball. He got to see AK Deer, the true freshman, in there running the ball. He said his favorite thing about Alabama in general is Robert Gillespie's coaching style, Coach Kalen DeBoer, everything about them. And for Sedarian Morgan, it was his first time getting around Coach Grubbs, the offensive coordinator. He loves Coach Shepard, the receivers coach, getting around Kalen DeBoer again. The bond that he has with the players and coaches, every time he's down there, they show him a good time. Uh, what they've done with the best of the best at Alabama, the way that the coaching staff interacts with his family. Alabama's checking a lot of boxes. Look, these guys are going to continue through their process. Could it be a Georgia or Texas or Florida State that flips the script with Crowell? Could it be a Clemson, Auburn, and Auburn's in it for Crowell as well. But Clemson and Auburn, some of those schools that are in it for Sedarian Morgan. I like where Alabama stands. We've been saying it consistently on the whip around. Figured I'd just put in that on 3 RPM. We know things are fluid in recruiting, but I think all programs are chasing Alabama, who did land a commitment over the weekend from in-state edge rusher Cam Johnson. Uh, things building for the Tide as they have the number 7 recruiting class in the country.
All right, want to talk about two more players that were in Tuscaloosa. Both are top five at their position. Talking Jet Washington, a safety from Bishop Gorman out there in Las Vegas. And the number 3 rated linebacker in the country, Sincere Johnson. He's from Cleveland, Ohio.
Yeah, well, Jet Washington told me that Alabama checks a lot of the boxes for him. The environment and the people in the building were great, made it feel like home. And his favorite thing is the resources and history they have of putting people to the next level. This was his second time on campus, his mom's first time. Alabama's obviously one of his favorites. And for Sincere Johnson, it was also his second time at Alabama, being able to come back and see everything, his great relationship with Coach Morrell and Coach DeBoer, growing that, calling them genuine guys. Got to watch practice, see how they operate, the energy the team brings. He talked about the brotherhood. Alabama's one of his top schools. The battle in Ohio State. Ohio State's had a bit of a pipeline to Glenville over the years. They don't bat 1,000 there, but they bat pretty close to that mark. So it's Ohio State and Alabama at the top. Then you got programs like Penn State and USC in play for Sincere Johnson, but Alabama's going to get him back for an official this summer, and they're certainly fighting the good fight for Sincere Johnson.
Anything left in your bag of intel after Alabama's big recruiting weekend?
Yeah, so the Crimson Tide hosted one of the top uncommitted quarterbacks in the country, Derek Zamet. He's a 4-star from New Jersey. It was his first time there. He is closing in on a college decision. Wouldn't be surprised if he's off the board by the end of the week. Alabama, Mississippi State, and Washington are the final 3. Alabama trailed those 2 coming in, but it was a fantastic visit. The tradition and history around the program, spending time with Nick Sheridan, Kalen DeBoer, the environment was amazing. That's Derek's words, and then the dad said, "Look, it was a visit that opened my son's eyes." So they left definitely impressed. They're going to go home. They're home now, talking about things. I'm not ready to put him in Bama's class, but Bama gave him a lot to think about coming out of it. And then Titan Davis and his mom returned to the campus. Alabama's in the top 3 with Michigan and Nebraska. They're going to get him back for an official visit, but sounds like it was another good experience for him as well. And keep an eye on Alabama and on 300 safety, L.A. Jackson, Lasiah Jackson out of Lee County, Georgia. Alabama is one of the front runners for him.